Hey everyone, it's Russell here for Ndax, and today we're going to be covering a topic that absolutely everybody needs to know about if they're involved in the crypto space, and that is doing your crypto taxes. Now, there's a chance that you could owe some extra dollars at tax time this year based on certain actions that you may have taken throughout the year. So make sure to watch until the end of this video so you can find out when and if crypto is taxable, how to find out how much you could end up owing, and how doing your crypto taxes with Ndax is super easy using their integration with Koinly, a great crypto tax software. And as a quick disclaimer, this video shouldn't be interpreted as tax advice. Instead, it's information that you can use as a launch point to do your own research, and it's always best to work with a tax professional. Let's start with the basics. Is crypto taxable? Well, the short answer is yes, crypto is taxable, but depending on which actions you've taken and which crypto transactions you've executed over the course of the year, the way in which you're taxed can dramatically change. In general, if you're just buying and holding crypto and you haven't ever traded it or sold it, you won't be taxed. But on the flip side, if you have in fact done actions like selling or gifting or trading or converting crypto, well, each of those actions will be deemed as a taxable event. So for example, if you bought Ether or Bitcoin on Ndax and then 6 months later you ended up selling it, that would be labeled as a tax event. But what does this actually mean for you? Depending on your situation, you'll either have to pay capital gains tax or report a capital loss, or if your activities using crypto are deemed business income, well, that changes things a little bit and you'll have to report the entirety of your profits as regular income. Let's dive a little bit deeper. When it comes to crypto, there are two ways that you can be taxed, either as a capital gain or loss or as business income. And there are some major differences between these two categories. Under capital gains, only 50% of your profit will be taxed at your marginal income tax rate, whereas under business income, if your crypto activities are listed as business income, well, 100% of your profit will be taxed again at your marginal income tax rate. So of course, it's pretty important to determine whether or not your crypto activities will qualify you as business income. Now, luckily, Ndax has a great guide on their website. There'll be a link in the description here, but they go over some things that can make your crypto activities be deemed business income. The first one here is you carry out activities for commercial purposes in a commercially viable manner. You approach activities in a business-like way, including making a business plan and acquiring capital assets or inventory. You promote products or services, or you intend to be profitable, even if there is no likelihood of short-term profits. Just some of the things that could qualify you as a business income rather than a capital gain or loss. The next step after you've determined whether or not your crypto activities are business income is to determine, hey, what are actually the profits and losses that I've made throughout the year? Now, in order to keep track of all of this, you need to have a lot of detailed information on file, including the transaction dates and the times when they happened, the value in Canadian dollars of each of those cryptos as you bought and sold them, among many other details. Luckily, Ndax makes it super easy to gather and download all of the information that you're going to need in order to track all of your crypto activities. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You're probably already familiar with the Ndax dashboard, but we're going to go here on the sidebar and scroll down to reports. This is a report of all of the transactions that you've actually executed on the Ndax platform. Now, once we go over here, we can see the previous reports that I've set up here, but I'm going to show you exactly how you can set up yours for yourself. So the first thing you're going to want to do here is click Create Report. There are a couple of fields here that you need to fill out. For report format, we'll go with CSV for a reason I'll explain in just a moment. For report type, we'll go with ledgers so that all of your transactions on the Ndax platform are included. And then date range, we're going to want to go back all the way to January 1st, 2021 if you're doing your 2021 taxes. But of course, if you're doing this in future years, it will be that year. We'll go January 1st all the way until December 2021, December 31st. So this is going to give us the full range of dates for which any of these transactions would count against this year's tax. In this currency field here, we'll filter transactions so that you can only see the transactions made in that currency. So for us, we want to see all of our transactions. So I'm just going to leave this blank, but if you want to sort it into a different currency, and so you only see those transactions, you'd click a different option here. And you'll see that a new report was generated inside of my Ndax account. Now, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna download the CSV file, which is the file that holds all of these transactions. Now, if I were to open this CSV file in a software like Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, I would see all of this information about all of my transactions. And this is much of the information that you'll be needing sort of to determine how much profit and loss you've made over the course of the year. But of course, looking at this information, it can be a little bit overwhelming and not super easy to read. But luckily, Ndax has a great interaction with a platform called Koinly that will actually interpret all of this data from this spreadsheet and make it super easy for you to read and understand. Once you've signed up for a free Koinly account, you'll be at this Koinly dashboard, but now we want to add our Ndax transactions so that they can be tracked through Koinly. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is go up here to the wallet section, click wallets, and then you can see Ndax on my account is already added, but for you it likely won't be, so we'll click add wallet/exchange, and you can just search for Ndax, and it will come up here and you can click it, and you'll be able to actually import the CSV file. So I clicked Ndax, and then you'll see you can set up autosync, which is another feature, but you can also just upload the CSV that we previously downloaded. You'll click import from file and be able to upload that CSV so that Koinly can interpret the data. Once the data you've uploaded has been processed, you can actually go to the transactions page and you can see every single transaction that you've made on the Ndax platform over the sort of date range that you've uploaded here. Now you can also go back to the dashboard where it can show you tons of information like your cost basis, or how much you bought your individual assets for and how much they're worth now, and how much capital gains tax you could end up owing, or business income if you were deemed your activities as business income. I know that for some, especially people who are involved in the crypto space, tax time can be a little bit stressful, but hopefully this video gives you a better idea of what your tax obligations might look like this year and how you can better track and understand exactly what these obligations are. Let me know if you have any questions about anything we've covered down there in the comment section. Subscribe to Ndax if you haven't already done so. And with that said, that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you again soon.